Hey guys, Melissa here. Welcome back to my channel. So my layout today is for a Hip Kit Club design team, and it is main kit only Thursday. So I'm working with the May 2021 Hip Kit, and if you want to see the reveal of this kit, it'll be a couple of videos back. But basically I decided that I really wanted to use this beautiful I was going to say marbled, but it reminds me of a crystal or a stone that's been cut and polished. Absolutely stunning. And I managed to find some matching thread in this kind of pale minty green colour. I couldn't really find matching purple. I could find this colour. So I didn't really want to go off and buy exactly matching because I don't know how often I would use it, but I thought I'll use what I've got, so I'm going to do some machine stitching with this. And I have this really sweet photo of Sam and Ava. We went to a place called Nugget Point, and it's high up, it's a lighthouse, and it's looking over the sea, and you stand on this kind of grill and you can see below it, and it is a bit scary. It was to her anyway. So he held her hand, which I thought was really sweet. And I've done some fussy cutting. So the papers I've fussy cut, and yes, I did fussy cut this one, and yes, it was very challenging. I had to have a lot of patience with this one. So yeah, I've cut out some of the florals, and that's from the Paige Evans Wonders. I've also fussy cut some of the butterflies, trying to stick to the colours, but I don't know if we'll manage to do that exactly, because I don't want to limit myself too much. And then I have cut this Just Remember Take a Deep Breath, which I thought was perfect, and that's from Pink Fresh. So I'm just looking at there now to see if there's anything else. Not really. So I thought that's quite appropriate, and the colours are perfect. And this paper, let me just see, I think it's from Wonders. No, it's from Buenos Dias. So yeah, didn't think about cutting some of those. But anyway, they're quite small, but this is definitely the paper I want to focus on. And so what I thought I would do is fussy cut along this green, and then I'll have white cardstock underneath, and also fussy cut along here, and I'll stitch the green with the green and leave the rest, and we'll see how that looks. So that is my plan. Aside from that, I will just go with the flow on this one. I haven't really thought too much ahead. That's just the main basis of it. Place my photo about there and just build my embellishment. You'll see the rest of the embellishment as I get into this. Right, so the first thing I wanted to do was fussy cut this beautiful paper. Now I've got some new fussy cutting scissors. They are from Fiskars, and I got them because my close to my heart ones, I think the kids had broken the blade, like there was a nick in the blade or a slight indent, which meant that I couldn't work out why they were getting so blunt all the time, and I would cut them on foil because cut foil, that's the way to sharpen your scissors, and it wasn't helping, and I was having to basically cut the foil all the time. So I decided, because Spotlight was having a sale, I would just get some new ones. So they are obviously new to me, so they're different to my other ones, and it's going to take me a bit of time to get used to them, especially with really intricate cuts. This was quite easy to cut. You'll see that I cut slightly outside of the line, and then I went back in when they were cut and trimmed them closer to match, and that was easier than just dealing with the full 12 by 12. So here I am repositioning them as they were, but with white cardstock background. All the cardstock that I use for this layout is from the May cardstock kit. And so I'm really happy with how this looks, and I sewed with my machine around the edge in mint thread, and I slightly warped the top of my cardstock just because I was struggling with the 12 by 12 size and getting it through my machine, but it's fine. I was a little annoyed, but I think you can't even see it in the final pictures, and it is what it is. I mean, yeah, warping happens whether it's mixed media or done by yourself in sewing. So here's some cardstock, and I wanted to separate my photo from the background, and then I also wanted to use the other side of that beautiful marbled paper. It's just a blue and white daisy. So I've torn the edge for a bit of interest because I know I'm not going to, well, at this stage I thought I wasn't going to put too much under my photo. It doesn't matter, you can still see the edge slightly once I get into it. So this was always my vision, was to have my photo positioned on the larger piece of paper, kind of in the middle. Now this is a piece of Jen Hadfield Reaching Out, and I think, yeah, I wanted this little, they're like washi strips with phrases on them, and it says yes we can, because the thing is she didn't want to step out there. It was kind of, I was going to say creepy, it was scary. Like, you look down and you could see the rocks and the sea, and it took some guts for me to step out there as well, but he was really sweet holding her hand. So here are some fussy cut sprigs, I guess, or leaves and branches of flowers or stems, and they were painstaking to cut out with the new scissors. I took my time. It probably took me maybe an hour, and then I later on come back in and cut some more as well. I've also cut that Take a Deep Breath off one of the Pinkfresh Studio Keeping It Real papers. That's going to be my title. It's just absolutely perfect for this layout about her being scared. So I needed to add a little bit of something to my white cardstock. Whenever we are not assigned the colour kit, then we don't use it. Well, I don't anyway. And so I'm just using my watercolours. You will see some Shimmers product in the top left of my screen, and that is just from another hip kit. I've been working, January I think, and I've been working through it, so that's why they're sitting there. I'm not using them on this, and I must apologise. I can also see when my camera is slightly off, and you can see my craft cart, so I've gone off the edge of my desk. I did think about stopping this video and fixing that, but I mean, it's not a big deal. You are probably looking at what I'm doing anyway. So I dried that off with my heat gun because I like the little halo that you get around splatters when you dry them off, especially watercolour with a heat gun. And now I'm just committing to things and working out how I'm going to embellish this. So I've decided to add a nest of tangled thread. I just think this layout turns out really whimsical, especially with the butterflies and that paper. So I wanted to add a bit of whimsy, so I've added that, just adding extra liquid adhesive to hold it in. I love how that looks. I don't know why I don't do it more. And that's definitely a technique I have learned from Missy Whiddon. So you'll see with these stems that I've trimmed out the middle part of the paper as well. It was blue. I just used my craft knife to do that, and yeah, it is painstaking, and very, I guess it's difficult because this is such a thin, fussy cut piece of paper, but it's worth it. You just take your time and yeah, try not to stress about it. So I'm just having these come down under my photo to the left there, and then I'm building a secondary cluster on the right. Something was definitely needed over there, and I think, yeah, off camera I went away and cut a few more flowers. Definitely needed it. So I've got I think 3 of the main ones, maybe 2 of the main ones that kind of overlap where I have to cut the centre out, and then a few other pieces. I quite like using bits or images that go off the edge of the paper, because you can still use them. Like these smaller ones are definitely usable and they add a bit more interest. So layering those flowers and that blue butterfly, the green in these butterflies is slightly, it's not quite matching, but it's fine. I think it looks fine. And I guess kept this, I wouldn't say monochromatic because mono means one and or single, and there's more than one colour in here, but I kept it to like 3 colours. And I think I snuck a little piece of pink in as well. Now, these are hoardable. Get them on your pages. Get them in your albums. They're absolutely stunning. I'm just in love with them. I was so nervous using one because I didn't know whether to tuck it under my photo or, I don't know. I didn't want it to take over, but I also wanted to feature it. So here I'm going to deal with it by adding some more flowers, and I think, yeah, off camera you'll see it now. I've put another flower that's curving around that little, it's like a shadow box really, pressed flowers. So I think that's really sweet. I love how it balances the title, the Take a Deep Breath. And then I've got some ephemera from the Pinkfresh Studio Keeping It Real pack. So I thought that on today's walk was perfect because this was a walk, I think it was a 900-metre walk to the lighthouse. So it was definitely a hike for the little ones and all the feels, because honestly I just felt so proud of him stepping out there with her and helping her without me asking. And I've used a couple of the Paige Evans Wonders little banner stickers. You do want to add some more liquid adhesive. Well, I had to anyway because I found they didn't quite stick. but that's fine. It's normal to have to add a bit more. And then I've added a couple of the sticker leaves from this Jen Hadfield Reaching Out sticker sheet, and some of the gold hearts as well. I just wanted to pull in more gold because I have that pressed flower sticker. So that's something if you want to tie in, if you're using an element that's only in one position, if you want to tie it in, you could add gold splatters or those gold hearts in the leaves. So I just added my journaling. This will probably go on his album because there are not that many stories about him at the moment, probably because he's older now and I'm just not with him all the time taking photos. So yeah, a final step was to add some black splatters, and that is my final layout. I have a few close-ups coming up. So head on over to the Hip Kit Club webpage, which I'll link below, and become a subscriber if you don't want to miss out on any of the kits, because I have noticed that a lot of them have been selling out each month. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and head on over to the Facebook group if you want to read more about my process. Take care.